Here we go. Hello and welcome to a rainy Le Mans. I am trying the Corvette. I don't think I have actually driven it since the updates. Kind of conveniently there is a Go setup for the car, although it's not fully updated. But I'm gonna load it. And I'm gonna put wets on, and since the guys at Go Setup will not be too happy if I fully leak it, I will just do 1 or 2 clicks to make it slightly more stable in the wet. Even though it's a Corvette, so it's gonna be a bit tricky on the entries. But anyway, let's hope for the best as we try to survive. It's a nice big windshield wiper. Some cars have laughably small ones. Dennis Lin has been doing it on mediums. Yeah, actually, Joao, I saw half of people in the practice server on mediums. But I mean, look, it's wet now. Like, this is wet. This is not slicks. But let's see. There is a bit of randomness, of course, from session to session. And here we go. Yeah, I'll just have to accept that this is the Corvette and that I have to work harder on survival. Hi, Luke. As another LMP2 behind dies. I mean, practice session is over, so I will not even get to test the chicane, but I mean, it rotates so well when you turn in. It's gonna be crazy because later on I drive the Mustang and the Mustang has absolutely no wish to create any rotation, whatever you do to it. But anyway, it's damp. Drizzle and damp. Damp is slicks conditions. It is. If it stays damp, but yeah, and then it stops raining, right? Let's take mediums then. And then only a bit of rain comes towards the end, so okay, then it makes sense. I thought that it's natural progression from of the track state from practice to the quali, but it's not. I'm a sock racer or even barefoot racer. I cannot drive with shoes. I don't have a feeling. I mean, I tried. I actually have some shoes at home, as we have been sponsored in the past. And we got like... And now it says that it's time to consider wet tires. Now this is damp. This is slicks. But yeah, I tried the shoes a bit in the past, but I just didn't like it. Right, can I survive Terre Rouge on slicks? Ah, I think it's traction control issue. Let's crank it up a bit. Maybe a bit more brake bias as well. Yeah, Nicholas, the Corvette for sure offers a lot of rotation, and it's rear-wheel drive, sorry, rear-engined, or well, kind of mid-engine, but it should have good traction and so on. So it should be a nice car, but it's so difficult to make it drivable. Good afternoon, Londi. Yeah, I mean, I prefer to have socks on, but sometimes I'm too lazy, and if it's a very hot day, then it kind of feels good to have the cold metal straight to the feet, but I mean, it heats up anyway very quickly, so... Stop raining! It's supposed to only rain... Wait, it's ×2 fuel, yeah? I forgot. I still have time. Click, click, click. Panic. New tire. Nah, it's fine. There is a bit more heat in it now. I always forget this is ×2 fuel here. I don't know. Anyway. Should have just enough time to make an outlap. Hijack. It's still raining. It's slightly wet now. Yeah, that's a problem. Now this is wet now. But it's gonna stop raining. I don't know. Well, it is what it is. We are out on track. If I escape, I will not have time to make the outlap. But it's not supposed to rain now. Well, maybe it's those percentages, like maybe 60% rain chance at the start and then 40% in the middle. But it just selected the 40% for this session. Nearly show the setup. Yeah, I mean, again, it's Go setups from the from a month ago when they did the first ones for the release. Actually, this is from before the release, even the V1.0. So it will require a bit of adjustment, but it's coming soon. I should have taken the wets, but mediums made more sense. Single shot anyway, so let's just get a lap in. How has the Peugeot been treating since the air update? So, I mean, I don't know, I don't really feel much difference, to be honest. It goes faster in the straights, of course. I need to lower the gain on the camera because it's so bright. Yeah, like I'm not fully sure what's going on, because at Le Mans you get a couple of kph of extra top speed. Of course you lose downforce, but when you have such long straights, it could be even quicker. Although with the Peugeot, remember, it has plus 23 kilograms in total that have been added in the last 2 months. So then hard to say what comes from the +8 or the additional +15, and then what comes from the aero or atmosphere update. This is really a gamble between mediums and wets here. Like there could be every chance to stop, to have the rain to stop, and the road to stay damp, and then the wets would overheat, melt away, lose grip. But no, it kept drizzling, and it's still drizzling, so oops. Just in time to actually start a hot lap. Gonna be a long one. Okay, what are the lap times? Even like 4-minute 30s? Not sure if it's ABS or brake bias. It makes me understeer. What's the chance? 3 of 5 slots in the weather were dry, but it's never stopped raining. Multi-made, this is open setup. About the Peugeot, it's a painful topic. We have VMS Pro season final in 4 days or 5 days on Sunday. Obviously I drive the Peugeot there. The penultimate round has been big pain, and it's gonna be a big championship fight on Sunday versus the Ferrari. I don't know how crazy of esports performers I have to put together to have any chance. Or 12 is actually the pole up, okay. Well, if I do 420, should be top 10. Yeah, about the hypercars, it's weird. It should be the LMDHs actually, but somehow people are just not quick with them. Like fast people or slow people, or like it's just always a Ferrari or Toyota or Peugeot domination. And well, let me try to survive this. Nice wet line. Hello in the server chat. To be honest, I think Toyota is overall really solid now. But it has a very long 7th gear, and it's bad on the traction and acceleration. The Valkyrie is quite OP, especially on low downforce tracks. I think at Le Mans it's just crazy fast, or like the fastest by quite some margin. That's gonna be 430. For 28.7. Pain. Yeah, right. What is the weather forecast for the race then? 5% wet, 9% rain. Is this wet or dry? What is this even? Let me do the correct setup. What's the time to go? 45 seconds. Where is my race setup? Okay. %. I don't know. Is this dry? Is this wet? I'm taking the wets. It's too rainy. The track is damp. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. The problem is, I mean, we have a pit stop anyway, right? Because it's times 2 fuel. Yeah, it's slightly wet. Yeah, problem is that with the latest tire updates, the slicks really don't work like intermediates anymore, so you just so quickly lose the grip in these slightly wet conditions. Like back in RF2 days, if it was wet like in Quali, then slicks would be easily fast enough. These bars on the ground really like lure drivers into like speeding and crashing into cars ahead. I'm gonna put change to medium for the pit stop and see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can turn on the widget in Tiny Pedal at some point. Like this. Weather forecast. Let's see. There you go. Maybe too small to be visible, but... Let's see. Ooh, okay. Wrong way, mate. That was random. No additional LMP to carnage ahead, that's nice. Okay, let's do a nice bump draft. interesting. I would appreciate a bit lower back windshield or whatever it's called, so I could actually see. More carnage. But still alive. Yeah, we were going quite quick on the straight. Oh, that BMW has no straight line pace. Max rear wing for the safety. I'm gonna soon be leading the LMP2 field. I'm gonna drive through for the Mercedes ahead. And is that another LMP2 in the wall? No, it was a GT. Okay, P8. Actually, the TC increase really made the car much more stable. It was basically undrivable with 4.311. This 7.611 is much better. I'm glad I did not take the mediums for the start. It's just slightly wetter, I guess, this session compared to the ones that Lind was doing. He looks too slow for a bump draft. Maybe it's just the BMW top speed. Although it shouldn't be bad, right? Actually, I should have bump drafted. So the rain should be slowly stopping. Alex, the Corvette feels like you sat into the Mustang, but then turned the cabin around and then drove it like rearwards, but it wouldn't be rearwards. What is the Lexus doing? Uh-oh. Ow. Alright. Into P4. What was that? Like brake failure or what? He collected somebody. No, I don't think so. Was it a retaliation? I didn't really see. But at these speeds, the balance is really nice. The nose goes into the corner, bites well. The rear is not trying to kill me that much. Yeah, some Italian, or was it Spanish? Of course. And the gap to the leader is not increasing anymore, which is pretty great. Ow. Sorry. It's a bit late though. Still lost 3 seconds in that lap. Push, push. I see the tiny pedal overlay now shows the percentage of virtual energy, but it only updates over the finish line. Not sure if it's out of bounds for the OBS preview. Let me see. Ah, it's all on the screen. Yeah, these percentages. Wait, is it updating in real time? I think it is. No, it's not. It's a bit mismatched with these ones. Always fun when you realize you have clicked on another window on secondary monitor and then you click back and you lose FFB. Anyway, good to have the reset working. I mean, my quali was great, right? The lap was good, quite clean, quite on the limit. So in 3 minutes it should stop raining. And then we have 2 more laps to figure out what to do. What was he thinking? just gonna be full tank. Slightly less than full tank. Ay ay ay. Like, I'm looking at the gap to P1 and it's just marginally decreasing all the time. But then every single traffic just absolutely wrecks me. Now, how long does it take for the track to dry? It never was particularly wet. And then mediums will be horrible for one lap, if not two. Carmageddon, yeah. It's been quite a race. Ah, that anti-cut is not good to take. What was that race? Some weeks ago we drove here and a Corvette was leading, and then the guy took the anti-cut in the last corner and just spun around. Impossible to catch the slide. Exclamation mark rig. I have it in my plan to fix these things, so. But it's Simplexity V8 alu profile. I don't think it's being sold under that name anymore. Simicube 2 Pro with grid engineering steering wheel, the Porsche RSR replica. Poison Celt Sprints, 49-inch ultra wide. Tires are overheating already. I mean, at Le Mans, the temperatures are never that much of an issue because tires kind of heat up on the straights. Some Italian was complaining from the start to end. Well, I've seen that in the past, not only once. Catching P2 and P3, that's good. Ah, the Porsche. Porsche was just impossible. I don't know how they managed to do it. But luckily it's kind of fixed now. I mean, that's a drying line forming, but and it will be 5 laps. Could it be 6? Hope not. Depends on the position of LMP2s. I think my rears are fully melting. That's my fellow Corvette melting tires as well. It's gonna go from slightly wet to damp any moment. And then 12 seconds, I mean 12 seconds in 5 laps. And it's not 12, it's gonna be 15, 16, 17 because I'm just gonna lose so much time warming up the mediums. But then what is dry pace, like 02s, 03s, 05s maybe in these conditions? Funny how the dry line is kind of updating so quickly that it's a visual how separate pixels of track dry. Yeah, I don't know. Should we try mediums? Yeah, there is still no wet line. I mean, there kind of is, but it's if there is actual wet line, it's not. It doesn't have enough of a grip difference to make it better to use it. I don't know if the wets feel sketchy because they are so hot or because it's actually still quite wet. Would be nice to have one more lap just to see what happens. My pace is stagnating anyway. Mediums it is. Please work. Kelvin van der Linde said iRacing feels better. I don't know. Yeah, it's really like quite a subjective judgment because several real racing drivers said iRacing is better, several said LMU is better. Obviously all of them have, or both of them have its weaknesses and its strengths. But to me iRacing, like, I think iRacing is good if you drive indeed 2 seconds of pace, but if you try to actually find the proper limit of the tire, then it just breaks. Yeah, thank you so much. Right, I think I'm gonna lose maybe 1 position because I changed the tires. But actually many have changed the tires ahead. Okay. Interesting. Oh yes. I don't understand how that Aston made it through, to be honest. Ah, he was ahead before, okay. My brain. Yeah, it's the P2 Porsche that still hasn't boxed. This already feels quite nice, tire-wise. But you know, like, real life drivers just sit in the sim rig, do some races, do some laps. Rarely they are going to actual proper deep dives into the tire model. That's gonna be a fight for position against the wets, oh no. So like, Verstappen of course has every right to say everything because he knows exactly how the tire works in iRacing. Ooh. Is that a effective P3 now? But like, I believe in iRacing you still have to gradually apply the brake, like, which is not how it is in real life, if you brake in a straight line. Let him enjoy while the wets are still working. It's damp now. The mediums would be faster if they were in the temperature window. Who is that? SP3, okay. And then we have my good old teammate Jesper, who has done real-life GT racing, real-life lighter formulas, a lot of karting, still does a lot of karting, and he's really quick. And for him RF2 is by far the best choice for a sim. He seems quite unhappy with LMU. He will not touch ACC ever again, unless you pay him 50 million. And he's been iRacing pro a decade ago, but for him iRacing is kind of meh, kind of alright, but very below the level of R Factor 2, despite the R Factor 2 slidiness and steep angles, which is really interesting to me. But well, we have signed up with Jesper with the Lexus. He's not really driven it yet, so but he will have to be happy. It's you're talking about R Factor Pro, which is kind of just the R Factor base, but then you can program in your own physics. But teams without millions to spend on the sims use a lot of R Factor 2 because it's modability, and you can still somewhat create your own tires that are as close as it can be to real life. Yeah, well, the Aston, oh no, not the Aston, the McLaren I had on the wets is still very fast. I'm quite surprised. So that's the effective fight for P2. That McLaren is going. Well, McLaren tends to be gentle on the tires. That's 2 laps to go. Well, I'm gonna do 2 championship races before Sunday. I'm gonna do LMGT fixed in an hour and a half, and I'm gonna do the the WEC on Thursday. The McLaren is overheating now. Time for a stupid move around the outside, but he has to yield. Okay. Now the P2 is in. And it's yeah, free to go. Hopefully. There is more grip than it feels like. The Corvette is just too sketchy to search for limits aggressively. Bonsoir, Pierre. No worries. We have a lot of languages today in the server chat anyway. Most of them quite unhappy with how the race went for them. The tires now start to turn on as they approach 70 Celsius. How do I like the VET? Well, more and more. I mean, again, I took the Go setup from a month ago, which will be updated soon anyway. But it kind of works for this. I just had to... we both becoming too comfortable. I just increased traction control and detached the rear anti-roll bar for the race. I mean, it wasn't particularly high anyway. But this race now is fully about who is more brave on the brakes. And the leader still keeping the pace quite good on the wets. I don't know if I'm correcting into nothing, but it feels like a big twitch is forming. But it never becomes really a big one. Yeah, I should take less fuel. I overfueled a bit, actually quite a lot. But I didn't know if I would need to fuel save for an extra lap. I think it's same situation for P1 and P2 as well. Let's see where the LMP2 crosses the line. Yeah, now this lap is the first full lap where the slicks are really much faster. So LMP2 leader... Where is LMP2 leader? Going into Indy King. He's doing 330s, right? Yeah, it's gonna be his last lap. So we finish this lap and do another... Okay, all is good fuel-wise. I'm really wearing my rears. And it's such an understeery setup. Yeah, it's quite a sprint car, I suppose. I don't know how to even set it up for endurance. It would work on higher downforce tracks where you just need a lot of rear wing. Slipstream. Let's see if 3/10 is close enough. Not really. He's twitching as well for the king. Still a bit damp around the outside. Pierre, I think SR is really easy to gain in LMU if you just have a bit of pace, I think. But DR is not easy. It's been way easier in the past. But they have scaled it down, I think. The Corvette doesn't really have the downforce, or like the rotation. Or just the aero balance, maybe. Ah, this LMP2. I needed to be in the toe. Hopefully there is a bit of toe at 6/10. Not really. The gap even increasing. But we are brave on the brakes, and this is good. just a bit too far. I mean, I guess you all knew what was coming, right? Yeah, pushing the Corvette around a damp Porsche entry. No, I was ready for it, so I just smashed the brake and went straight. I wanted to try anyway. Oof. I mean, lost the podium, but I saw the gap behind is big enough that, well, better to have at least one go and maybe lose a position than just stay behind. And I had no chance through the Porsche curves because the Lambo is just superior there. Alright. So actually, I need to very quickly exit and quickly back to online and quickly go to WEC Experience and quickly register. Come on. Where are you? Hypercar, Cadillac. Which one? Red one. Register. Oof. We are in. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the replay a bit later. And what a race though. What was it, P13 to P4-ish? Should have been P2. If I wasn't too scared about the fuel, I would take, well, 0.7 laps less, and it's times 2 fuel, so that would be like 10 liters. And that's 5 seconds. Either way, we can actually just quickly check the rank breakdown to see how much. 3.8% lost because of the Corvette. Now let's see how much we can lose because of the Cadillac. Ah, we have Sander with the Caddy as well. I've done so many laps around this track lately, but none of them was with LMDH car. I've not seen the Caddy in real life yet. I don't think I have seen any hypercar in real life yet, to be fully honest. Can block liveries for LMU. Well, sounds nice. Yeah, the Alpine, I mean, it's LMDH, you know, so good on straights, slightly less good in the corners. What do we have here? This is hypercar fixed. I forgot what we were running with the Cadillacs. Again. Well, let's see. Increasing the gain a bit because it's overcast. I wish the camera was able to do it automatically. It can do exposure automatically, but exposure just messes up everything. This is so weird. For sure it rotates a lot better than the Peugeot. Much more pleasant through these corners, but probably much slower as well. Alex, I've chosen Cadillac for the narrative. I mean, I wanted to try the Corvette, and then I'm registered for LMGT3 Fixed Championship with the Mustang, so I then said, well, why not just take the Caddy? I kind of liked it at Spa previous week, so then I just said, well, let's just do the same race with the same car on the different track. The FFB is a bit light. And it's fun because it's supposed to lock up a lot, but it's locking up less than the Peugeot. Actually, it handles really nice. You just need to learn it. Yeah, LMU is gonna update hypercar tires as well. I think they planned to do it much earlier, like for the V1.0 release. But there was just lack of time and manpower. Okay. Caddy felt similar to Isota. I know what you mean. I guess 5 laps it is. Maybe it's gonna be 6. Anyway. What did we do before? I think two ARBs. I decreased that to 7. I put that to 9. Should be fine. Brake bias really works well with this default value. And this is not fuel times 2, I think this is just times 1. Only the intermediate, or like the silver series, have times 2. I keep forgetting. And I will not need the weather forecast anymore. So let's hide that. Like the car kind of swims around a bit. It's not that precise on the front, but it rotates really well. Yeah, actually, just like Isota. But yeah, Nicholas, I know what you mean as well by that, because I don't particularly like that car. But the Caddy is just slightly more fixed to the road. I really wonder how all the cars gonna feel with the massive balance changes once the tires get updated. But this high speed is really good, like with the Peugeot you turn and then just nothing happens, you just go straight. But the Caddy feels like high downforce car. So what can we do? I see I have a bit too little fuel anyway for 4 attempts. RIP. Actually, the car is pretty happy to dip the tires on the inside beyond the curbs in high speed. Purple, purple, green. Ah, not even green. It's really rotating so beautifully when on throttle. except there. The tire's complaining. Nah, I overheated them already. 111. Okay. I mean, yeah, these hypercars are still in Quali. One hot lap wonders, even if track temp is only 26. Yeah, what is the Joker lap? Texture bug. What exactly? Where is the bug? Well, anyway, now let's not do the mistake of the previous race. What about hard on the front left? Should work. It's quite cold though. Yeah, previous week I trusted these numbers here. It was a bad idea. Gonna be 24 laps. MotoGP longer lap. Where is it even? I would need to find it. Motec time. Engine. So I used 3.2 liters. So we can go from there. And say 24 times 3.2, 77. Let's take 80 just in case. What else did I use? Well, just the ARBs. But okay, that's quite tight. 1 and 2 for the caddies. Good news. Left hairpin runoff. I have no idea what's there in the left hairpin runoff, to be honest. Yeah, mediums on hard, that's the question. It will depend on what... I mean, air temp is dropping, right? So track temp will be dropping as well. And it increases. It's only 40-minute race. Thing is that with cars like the Peugeot and the Ferrari as well, I guess even more, front left just suffers so much, but the caddy just rotates so nice in high speed that maybe it doesn't even need the hards. I don't know. It's gonna cool down a bit. I forgot what the hot laps were, but I think... Wait, what are the hot laps? I think 55s in Quali, usually for GT3s. Yeah, about BMW, I don't really know, to be honest. Not driven it for a very long time. Would need to try it, maybe next week. Quali times, well, basically, basically open setup versus fixed setup, and no prep versus 100 laps of prep, 100 plus laps of prep, makes quite a big difference. I mean, we did 40.0s now, but we could do over a second quicker with a normal lap. Should have been 38s with practice, but it's not the point here to do crazy practice. Yeah, BMW was fast in season 1. Like, I really don't fully understand the bop. And we are racing. Carnage kind of messed up that start, or what? So MotoGP line is here, or what? This is the left hairpin. Or is it at the other hairpin? This is not really a hairpin, right? .142. I mean, that's really not that bad, because okay, if that was a Peugeot, I would be straight off. It's a very, very difficult track. As you see, everybody going off in the mirror as well. It's so difficult to learn the track limits and master the curbs. And it really depends on the car as well, how you take curbs in high speed. Like this curb on the apex, ideally you just take all of it, and then here you have to go almost 4 wheels off. This one I don't even know. And in the next corner you have to absolutely build a limit of track limits. The more you cut, like you cut 0.1 meter more and you just gain a 10th, because how better of corner you get, how much you open it up, or like how much you increase the radius of it. Grip. Actually, not sure if you watched, but those of you who watched my VMS Pro struggles around this track with the Peugeot, where I was like 7/10 of pace, and I blamed the BOP. And it was indeed BOP, but It's funny because I improved my lap time by a second, increasing track temp by like 30, going from the night to the most scorching sun possible. And I've done like, it's gonna be I think tomorrow available on Go setups, my setup for Peugeot for this track. And the lap time is really good, so I don't even know. The more I do this game, the more it feels like the BOP is crazy dependent on track temps. But if I did that lap that you will see on YouTube, not on my channel though, but if I did that lap in VMS Pro, I would be on pole with the Peugeot. Yeah, we are making LMDH great again today. Evening, Johnny. Yeah, like it's... That's the harsh reality of only having, what, 12, 13 tracks in a sim? Or is it even 12? 10, 11, I don't even know. There is a lot of Spa, a lot of Monza, a lot of Le Mans, a lot of Qatar, like I can name every track, but the selection is just so limited. But that's fine. I'm just happy that I finally kind of figured out that even if I lose focus a little bit, I instantly know where on track I am now after hundreds of laps around Qatar. It took me a very long while to really get that feeling of where on track I am, because like this left kind of opened hairpin and the slower left hairpin, I have been mixing those up, and also the double 90-degree right versus the one sweeping 90-degree right. And this one versus the hairpin. Like there are like, yeah, three combinations of corners that I just forget where I was at if I just lost focus for a moment. Trump pun, yeah, I mean it's becoming less popular recently somehow, but we're doing the USA cars today, so I have the rights. But Sander has dropped to P6. My fellow caddy. Oh, where is the grip? Should have downshifted to second. Yeah, if I start talking of politics, I don't know how long does it take for YouTube to start censoring my channel for any reason. I'm just happy as long as I can peacefully do sim racing for a living, with stable internet and no riots out of my house and no burglars trying to steal my sim. I've been kind of shocked recently, like I think I can at least say that there's like this distinction between in politics between profanity and racist jokes, and I think we can split the Europe into two parts. In one part you can be racist to somebody and he will just laugh it off, but be profane to the guy and he will knock you off. And then the other part of Europe, you say a bit of profanity, it's fine. You make a racist joke, you're locked up for 10 years. So the politics is extremely confusing for me. The blood sugar, yeah. I ate... come on, what's going on with that corner? Too much politics and I lose the lead. I saw it coming. Defend from the Ferraris. But I remember the Cadillac now, yeah, it's been always really good on fresh tires. But as soon as some wear kicks in, these lockups really start costing you. Nothing that an extra downshift for extra rotation cannot fix. Oh, P3 has quite a train behind. For once I got pretty lucky with the traffic. Alright. Fuel is good as well. The traffic curse is lifted. Maybe I just need an American car. I never know if I'm gonna understeer into the gravel or if I'm just gonna be way too slow and not maximize the track there. I mean, it's a corner of the triple right. I mean, it's so much fun in F1 car, I think, with crazy downforce. But maybe now that I have done so many laps in LMU, I kind of start understanding it also for these heavier cars. It has its charm, kind of, in some aspect. I'm comparing it to that carousel at Road America. The super long, very fast right-hander. It's kind of the same layout, just that it's broken into 3 parts here. Which I guess makes it safer here for traffic and endurance races, as you have 3 very well-defined tight apexes before or after which you can do the move. But if it was one very long sweeper, then you never know. The GT3 is always kind of in the middle of the road, and then sometimes it doesn't end well. I so much love the feeling that you step on the brake, on the power, I mean. What's going on with my language? You step on the power, and it's so lovely how the rear just finishes up a little bit of rotation that's still needed, instead of just making it into a huge understeer moment. So useful to have a car that behaves like that. You live in the gravel, so you're the reason why the textures of the gravel on the outside of the gravel traps are kind of half orange tarmac, half small spits of gravel. To be honest, gravel is just part of racing line here. If you're very try-hard esports, then maybe you avoid some of them. Otherwise, you just drive through them. Is what it is. Just a bit of gravel, no problem. Honestly, the Peugeot struggles with the gravel much more. There is something with that Peugeot about bumps and curbs. You just struggle so hard over them. I always thought it was a car that kind of eats up the curbs pretty well. And it kind of does, but not the bigger ones. And if you have this drop between curb and tarmac beyond the curb, it gets beached over that so quickly. I mean, of course, this is fixed setup and it's made to be more drivable, a bit more high up in the air anyway. So I'm not sure how Peugeot is on the fixed. I mean, they added this kind of carpet, right? Interesting. Were they battling or what? I don't quite understand what happened there. No worries, Logi. I'm yet to watch the replays of the first race anyway. Although I'm not gonna have time until the end of LMGT3 Fixed Championship race. Too early for that last apex there, every time. But I'm actually pulling a gap on P2. I'm really surprised. It's a solid car. Doesn't really lack much downforce, at least on this fixed setup, compared to the Ferrari. Is this a cut? Almost. It's honestly much more drivable through the gravel compared to the Peugeot that I have done so many laps with. Don't drive into me. But I think the ability of this car to dip the front right beyond the inside curb in high speed actually saves front left a lot. You just cut across the apex a bit more, open up the corner, should be instantly 5 degrees less on the front left. Ah. I was turning in for a different corner. Thought it was the next one. Alright, I still need many more laps to learn the track. I thought I was driving into this one. It's crazy how this track is made. It's just the same, like... anyway. The fun part is that it's actually really similar, so even if you do inputs and brake into, like for a different corner, you're still gonna do alright. Even if it's not that corner, but a different one. But no, I don't want another 6-hour event around here for sure. It's gonna happen eventually. Why do we have a Qatar round for a virtual endurance championship? Now we have Bahrain, Sebring, Fuji, Spa, Monza, Le Mans, Portimao, I think, and Kota. Yeah, there is no Qatar for VC, which is nice, unless I'm heavily mistaken. Is that the MotoGP line that you were talking before? Beautiful traffic. Less beautiful driving, but you see again, it just turned high-speed corner over the gravel as I missed the apexes again or mixed them up. But if I went into the gravel with the Peugeot like that, I would be probably spun around. It just takes the gravel so much better, this car. Alright. 23 Peugeot at Sebring. That will not happen. I will have enough Peugeot pain this Sunday. I mean, there is still good chance that I win the championship, but yeah, nobody really knows how the POP is currently, Ferrari versus Peugeot at Le Mans. In theory, Ferrari should have a bit of an edge, but yeah, let's see. Depends on the weather and track temps. I mean, Peugeot 24 at Sebring is hilarious as well. Track limit, orange. Interesting. I didn't know I was that close to the track edge on that entry. Now I'm in the stage where third gear locks up the front, but second gear just snaps the rear. Time for ARB magic. You see the balance difference. I mean, probably it's not that well visible, but I mean, I make it visible now with understeer mistakes. But maybe 3-2 is better. Into the gravel once more. Yeah, actually 49-inch monitor is like the bare minimum to be able to see all the apexes. Especially when it comes to stuff like Silverstone Turn 4 or the Kota hairpins, or if you know that very open right-hander at Portland before the back straight. Like the apex is somewhere like even like 90 degrees behind you almost. As I forgot to raise the car. But I still have vivid memory of being shocked when I got this monitor and suddenly I actually saw the apex. Quite a game changer. About VR, I talked to Nietzsche a bit, and I got the impression that there is a proper kind of, not a learning curve, but I mean it is a learning curve, but like a transition phase, and it takes you quite some time to actually learn how to drive VR, and then it takes quite a lot of time to actually relearn monitor. But with 30 degrees in your sim rig room, with lack of fresh air, and the only source of fresh air being the window outside which there is 35 Celsius, VR is not really an inviting option. Interesting. Let me through, thank you. And the gap is gone to P2. I wonder what's going on with Kalash. He was some thousands behind me in Quali, but he was fully dropped off. Wait, was this a switchback or around the outside? I think if you're close enough you have to go around the outside, but have a bit of gap and you have to make a switchback. What is that exposure? Is that the texture bug? But no, I think... Oh, this is not great. The unlucky traffic is back. And of course I mess up the apex. Luckily the caddy is an LMDH, so it's good in the straight. But Ferrari never particularly struggled on the straights either. The traffic really take. I mean, maybe there was something that I could do about it, but I don't think I could take any different line without like fully forcing myself into a risky spot. Can I get the Mustang? Well, he didn't have a choice. I'm really surprised by the bot, like it feels like the caddy is even better in some corners. Not sure what is it. Okay, I admit I mixed up the corners again. I don't get it. And it's not like I'm not focusing. Actually, I unfocused for a moment because I thought of Mustang around Fuji that is gonna happen in 15 minutes. And Qatar sensed my weakness and sent me the wrong idea about where on track I was. That last corner is still a big question as well. To either brake deep into the apex, stay tight and accelerate a bit later, or kind of brake more in a straight line and take a later apex, more speed out of corner, or anything in between. Depends on the setup, I suppose. P3 is kind of closing in, right? There was a big train behind P3, but now the gap has disappeared, almost. Fellow caddy, what are you doing? Thank you. So 1 to go. What's that? Turn 1 a Ferrari. Buemi against Ferrari, wait, what was it? I just remember Buemi being around many times, or dive bombing from nowhere. No, I think I have the Bahrain incident in my mind. When he spun from the lead because of a GT3. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. But that will do it. We made the Cadillac great again. Beautiful. Now, probably it's not gained me even half of what I lost with the Corvette when it comes to DR. Although this is advanced, this is times 4 the DR, so let's see. And I've got 10 more minutes to prepare for Fuji, so let's quickly check. Is there anything to be checked? I'm just gonna check the start to see what happened with Kalash. Slightly bad launch. And then just got absolutely eaten alive. Ow. Bonk. Yeah, that's like half a tenth too bad of a reaction time, and you go from 2nd to 7th? Yeah. And you get a bit of damage from all the bonking. And then I guess he was just stuck for all the race. Anyway. What is a kilometer? Yeah, I mean, let's keep further asking that question as we go towards Fuji. Show me the results. I don't have time. I'm just gonna do the practice here. Lambo, Lambo, Lexus, Lambo. Oof. Ah, barrier is in the Corvette, of course. Ah, David is G3. Alex Siebel has returned from results from the retirement home. What's it gonna be? Plus 2.4%, let's say. Not even that. Alright. Fuji. Practice. Yeah, I don't know about where the fort will actually work best. It shouldn't be too bad at Fuji. Should be quite stable through the sector 3. I did do a couple of laps before, and the understeer was still severe. I think I'm gonna go ABS 8, brake bias a bit more to the rear, and see what happens. think I'm also going to go a bit less on the max pedal force. Do we have moment to show the tiny pedal settings from the standings? I can do that, yes. If it's gonna be visible enough. Standings. I mean, wait, I can do it like that. G-Sync turned off, but that's fine, it should be back. Rotation. But that'll let me know what exactly you need from the menu there, or from the settings. That's all that we get. Well, still better than the Lambo that went into the wrong direction. I mean, there is not much to focus, although I would love some Ford Focus rotation here in low speed. Because, I mean, I don't know how to make this car make the corner, but... I mean, okay, it is kind of rotating. Hopefully it's rotating enough. But 5 to go. 2 free laps of practice will be nice. Keep it in 5th. Yeah, I'm thinking with... Oh. Well, I preferred having understeer here than oversteer like the Lexus or the Lambo lap before. But yeah, I have a bit oversteery brake now, but I was thinking of reducing the ABS a bit in order to induce a bit more of micro locking up, in order to bring the tire temps quicker into the window. And that kind of should work. Although with ABS 7 it's just too aggressive. With 8 it just feels fine. Yeah, look, I hope last week was a bit of an Interlagos problem. Let's see what happens today. Well, I do complain about understeer, but what the Ford doesn't do is that deadly power understeer that happens on some cars that are rear-engined. Just need to use brake a bit more to rotate. So 42.56, okay. 3% per lap. We can still cut this one as much as we want. Okay, that's a bit too much. Right, so what do they have? 48. Maybe I'm gonna take 49 or 50. 5, 3, 8. 8. Okay. Gonna be a difficult one anyway. There is just so many fast names in here. What did they say? 538 TC, I think. It felt quite decent, so I don't want to forget it. Uh, 49, I think. And 8. And see what happens. 50. Oh, okay. So there is limited amount of tires. Let's not forget about that. Actually, let me quickly check something. The wear was actually quite even front to rear. Thinking of what to do for the race. Just take 2 new fronts to have less understeer, or take 2 new left side. Front right isn't really doing anything. There is just, yeah, 2 slow corners on 1 medium speed for a front left, so maybe it just make more sense to take new left side. Let's take the power cut to 4. I have a purple sector too. I know it's the most irrelevant one, but that's good to see at least. Logi. Purple then. That means that I will be less than 1 second of pace. Maybe. Okay. So it will take quite many laps for the tires to get anywhere. Well, good luck, Logi. Enjoy the Ford. But we have only 6 new tires, so... yeah. Let's... maybe take fuel for 8? Or is that too much? I mean, I'm gonna be a bit of pace anyway, so... Is this supposed to be private Quali? I think it is. And track temp has gone a bit up. Probably lap 8 is already a bit overheated. Well, Michelle, I hope that the Ford has any straight line advantage anyway. It didn't really have that much of it at Interlagos, so... Anyway. Time to go. Heat up the tires. I'm gonna take 4 laps. Just realize that it's blue on blue for the fuel remaining. Come on. That's better. F1 Q3. Well, might as well be. That are a lot of entries. Yeah, I mean, LMGT3 championship is really well signed or like well registered somehow. But there has been some brilliant racing in the past, so makes sense. Hi Shark, thank you. Fuji is beautiful today. Not too much humidity. I meant Mount Fuji. So now the question is what to do with the tires. So issue is that I can slowly bring them up into the temperature, not wear them much, but consecutively I will never really bring them to any window. I just need to abuse them a bit, so I will just go for hot laps. Like not overdo the hot laps, but let's see what happens. I think at Interlagos the pole position lap time was set like in lap 8 of the stint. That corner is interesting. Understeer everywhere else, but that corner rotation just a bit too early. So what's that gonna be? 42.9 maybe? Nah, 43. 44! Okay. Oh dear. Way too cautious on the brakes. Come on. Not ideal. But I did not lose 1.6 seconds there. White had already in the pits, so he did the massive esports tire warm-up, I suppose. Just did the hot lap and instantly boxed. Judging from what he just typed, into the chat. He must have absolutely destroyed them on the outlap. Ah, no, I misunderstood him. Right. He didn't know it's limited. But yeah, indeed, we only get 6 fresh tires. Ah, painful. Well, front left is kind of in the window now. Where is the track limit? Well, I guess not needed because I lost time anyway. Yeah, at best I can do 1 second of pace. That's crazy. If I gain, well, less than a tenth, I can be P14, P15. Just no front grip. One day you will quali faster than yeah. I don't know. I try one more, but then after that tires are gone anyway. Nah, doesn't make any sense. Just gonna destroy the tire. Ratio was 0.79. I'm using 3% per lap. Am I the first of the Fords? Yes. Only 2 Fords in top split. We had a couple more previous time, but I guess they all gave up. What happened to good BOP? So Lexus is slightly bit of pace, probably. P20. Why did I take Ford? Kind of forgot. I mean, I took Ford because I knew it's gonna be a good car to drive. A fun car to drive. Calculator time. Well, what's gonna be the lap times? What if it's gonna be 101s? Well, 27 laps max anyway. It's 81%. Yeah, I don't understand what exactly happened to the Ford. It was a really solid car before the final patches, and then it like suddenly it was super slow. Then other cars got like plus 25, plus 30 kilograms. Ford got plus 0, and it's still nowhere. I thought it would be like, I don't know, 2-3 tenths of pace maybe, but it's like, I mean, I'm not gonna say that my lap was my lap quality was close to these guys that have been sweating it, but like I could maybe gain 3-4 tenths, maybe. So it's more than half a second off. Yeah, so we only get 2 new tires. So I'm just gonna put the new ones on the left. Maybe Ford abused the slip. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe that's the case. Again, it was not that bad at VMS against the Ferrari. Although it could be that white hat with the Ferrari gave absolute no prep to it, while the Ford was doing 500 laps per day of practice. Or maybe it's just fixed setup, like maybe it's 2-3 tenths off on open setup. Anyway, let's see what we can do from here. I hope it's at least good on race pace. Poor Jamie in the last place. Well, let's see what happens. Good luck, Logi. It's again the Aston with broken livery, when the green stuff keeps switching left to right. You see? Went left. Anyway, let's see what happens. Five places gained, not bad. Ah, that was Alex that we battled with. Wonder who it was who fully spun on the right side. Maybe I had too much traction control. Yeah, look, only 6 for a quali and race. But not like the right side tires get any wear here or deg. That's one big train. Wonder is P1 of the train. Gives me Peugeot flashbacks. Even with better line, you just get no exit. At least I'm less than a second off shield, like I lost maybe 2-3 tenths because of dirty air and so on. And lap times was 1 second different. But there is barely any TC action, it just doesn't have any power. Or it's just so heavy. Big battle ahead. Oh, 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 oh. All right. Where is top speed? Why is it so slow in the straight line? It's a Ford Mustang. Take 20 horsepower from the Valkyrie, put it to Ford and it's gonna be all fine. Or take 25 kilos, yes. That's gonna be nice as well. But maybe not enough. Although, yeah, should be enough maybe. And hopefully the BMWs, AMGs and Porsches eat up their tires. mean, I know that the BOP is, like, to fully understand BOP, you need a couple of engineers and a couple of psychologists. But I'm smelling P10 here, if the tires come towards me. I'm actually FPS limited here. Just realized I'm running 125 FPS instead of 138. Maybe it's the VRAM. Maybe I'm gonna unregister and re-register it with the Aston. I'm just thinking. Although I admit I quite enjoyed the experience. I mean, it's a great race. Mustang is great to drive. Just a bit more front grip needed. That's a side-by-side into turn 1. Incoming. Oh, Nicolini. Poor man. Yeah, generally you don't want to tap forward because it's too heavy to be moved. Yeah, V is enough, like supposedly it's 17 to go and I have just enough. Ah, he was so slow on the exit. I pulled out of tow a bit too early, but the brakes are good. And we are into top 10. Malik behind seems like has no tires remaining on the AMG, so he's gonna give me some extra fresh air behind, or well, there will be no pressure for some time, which is nice. Now let's see how slow am I compared to the leaders in fresh air. Time for 41s, yeah. I wish. So 16 laps, yeah, I'm right about on the limit with fuel. Gear brake bias. So let's say I lost 2/10 by messing up the chicane. Actually, that exit of last corner was terrible. Let's say I lost 3/10 overall. Would have been 42.5, which is half a second of shield. And Michi in P8 is pulling away. Well, I was P9 at Interlagos, so... And that was... it was about to be P5, but we crashed. With Sven. It spun around, so... But it was a lower strength of field race. So I finished P9, but I'll be happy if I can match that today. Yeah, I'm trying to abuse front left to have some more temperature, but it's just not heating up. Not close enough. So hard to get the front through the last two corners. Come on. Stop running away. Park it on the apex. But which parallel universe is this? The heaviest car being the best on tires, the best on brakes, not great on power? But anyway, that's a P9. And yeah, indeed, Shark. Although it's just a very vague right click on the brake pressure without proper testing. Someone tell Michi to dive bomb Lind, please. I need a battle ahead. Yeah, I mean, I think most people keep it at 100 as well. It's just mostly personal preference. Like, you will gain if you have like some braking zone where you can actually use the whole 100%. But my idea is if I never can actually use more than 95 or, well, 92, let's say, then I might as well just limit the travel or the max output. So the leaders are doing kind of low 42s, so now after half an hour the pace difference is not that big anymore. Type R, it's horizontal sprints. And I've got Sim 3D rumble motors behind. Although with ABS I'm not really using them. It's more for cars without ABS for me, because I feel ABS through FFB anyway in LMU. And in iRacing you cannot feel it even through pedals. Although supposedly some pedals do something, but I don't know what, to make you feel it. I mean, SimuCube active pedals have some sorcery going on. Not fully sure what though. Done, make it have minus 20 kilogram pop, then it's gonna be fine. Yo-yo, I did do the 6 hours Qatar, just not on my channel. I drove on Traction GG. I came home from vacation on Thursday evening, and then Friday morning we already done the race, so I was like, I'm not gonna stream it. It was live on Traction anyway, so what's the point? It would be all way too stressful with the lack of prep. And I had another race on Saturday and another on Sunday anyway, so was enough of streaming for that weekend. But check it on Traction if you haven't. It was a crazy finish. I found the cliff. And almost gave John Munro a heart attack. And maybe in hindsight I should have posted about it on YouTube, but like that kind of, what's it called, when you post either a short or a video or a comment or whatever. But I just posted in my Discord. But alright, it's got good views anyway. Traction guys were happy. Yeah, well, I don't know about other pedals, to be honest. I've used these hoising coils for 4 or 5 years now almost. I've updated the rubbers one time in the middle. And that's about it. I just appreciate having the rumbles added onto them, which is really handy in RF2 and LMU, because there is all telemetry that you need and want, so you can put literally everything onto there through SimHub. I tried some profiles for iRacing, but it just didn't really work because iRacing just hides all the telemetry. To kind of, I don't know what's the reason, to kind of prevent cheating, or I don't know. But then you have Redline doing illegal things live on stream anyway with, what was it, at Nordschleife towing, and then having better setup for the race start or something like. It was wet tires, and then, yeah, because of setup that allowed them to have lower ride height, right? Okay, we found some rotation in the Ford. Not the good one, but the bad kind of rotation. Anyway, I'm absolutely nowhere, in the middle of absolutely nowhere. 7 seconds to Michi. Michi is not dive bombing Lind. Or maybe Lind is dive bombing Jemulo. I don't care anymore. It's gonna be a green limit anyway. Oh, it's yellow. Okay. fuel is fine, I can full push. It's funny how these setups are made. Not sure if it's just the car balance, but if you drive a Lambo or any other rear-engined car, you have a lot of rotation on brakes, and as you step on power, suddenly you go from a lot of rotation to kind of front-wheel drive effect. But with Ford you have barely any rotation, and then you go on power and you just have a little bit more rotation than before. Well, messed that one up. Awesome battling going on ahead. Let's go. Hopefully Michi is having fun. Michi is having fun indeed. Yeah, they indeed made the front slightly less grippy than the rear. Yeah, I don't understand why though. I mean, supposedly that was the real life driver feedback, so there is not much more I can say about it. Although Jesper, my good old teammate, is a real life driver as well, and he gave me his feedback and he wasn't happy with what they've done with LMU, so I don't know. Rotation! Side by side, Michi and Daniela. Keep it going. Like Mas and Kubica. Oh, there you go. Who's that? Daniela it was. Okay. Well, P8. Now let's see how angry is Primavera or how down his tires are. Now, to be honest, his rears are probably completely gone. I think Jesper's complaint is similar to mine. Like when you turn into corner, the front should grip up and do something. But here we are just... I don't know. Boating around with the front. Although he called the hypercars more of a boat than the GT3s. This is not over for P8 yet, I fear. Two to go. I mean, eventually front does something. It just doesn't really feel much like. And it's still like the rear is rotating, depending on the car, kind of 60 to 70% of the rotation, and only 40 to 30 on the front. Although front left does overheat more than the rear left, so... That Porsche is scary. So final lap. That was too early on brakes. I feared ABS. That's a car in the barrier on the left. Leiden! What did he do? Why am I finding Leiden always like in some off track? Okay, well, somehow P7, I don't know how, I don't know why, but that has been a very clean, very surgical race without any drama for myself, with some good overtakes. So I'm happily taking that, very happily. Yeah, I don't know. Forgot that we have no clutch at speeds anymore. Ah, you have to go to neutral. It's been a race. Yeah, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed that, even though it was from nowhere to kind of somewhere. And then we have Italian party ahead. Let's maybe just see the start. I don't know why OBS always lags a bit when I change the scene there. Hello? You have to be a Porsche guy to drive the Porsche. It's not for everyone, for sure. So who was that ahead? Yeah, I mean, that has to be analyzed, right? Kevin Ciclari. I mean, if you know, you know, like, but if you don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, Michi was trying to kind of block him off, but should I even comment on this? Like, some gaps are not to be taken. If you go into there, it's 100% a crash. There is no way out of it, because people there have a completely different corner to take than the car on the inside. There is no way to even see it or avoid it. It's like fully accepting the crash. Yeah, I mean, this shouldn't even be like that. Like, you should have like, I'm showing me the finger, but I'm in the wrong scene. But like, this should be like grass, like that. You should not be even able to be here. Because of how opened up this corner is, like, it just becomes almost a hairpin. And what happens to Alex? Because he was quite far ahead. Where is Alex? Wait. I think he started way ahead. Actually, not really that much. Okay, anyway, if the server still keeps it alive, come on. Wait. I am this one. So I survived this. That was an interesting move on Alex. Should have been kind of went off track and gained an advantage, but there is no cut here, so... It wasn't overall that bad, but let's see Primavera. Like, is it a turn 1 dive? Sorry for the slow... Ah, okay. Just a nice move for Michi. Switch back. Defense around the outside. No grip. Yeah, I don't know. How do you call it? Michi not giving racing room. Fast, toxic, legal. That's the explanation of this battle. Space was given somehow. Like, you can even do this corner having half a car on the grass, so there was kind of space. And then at the same time he was kind of behind, not alongside, and I don't know. Racing incident. And then here I come with a thank you. And just in time the server goes. So what is the cost of enjoying the Ford? Minus, is it -3, -4? -4.7. Right, so we lost kind of 7, gained around 2, so the cost of driving the American cars is around 5% per evening. Unlucky. Yeah, anyway. But it's kind of, you know, what was it? Maldonado versus Hamilton at Valencia. Long time ago. Just got beached onto the curb. Whatever Hamilton could do, he would get crashed into the barrier. But it was a valid place to be for Maldonado there, like it was here for Primavera. It's just, if you do it, something is gonna happen. What I want to do now as well is just quickly check the replay of round 1. Where are you? Just to see that final lap battle for P2, which went not that wrong, but not that well. Was a fun stream as well. Should I take a different car next week? I can still unregister. Like I can say that because the Ford is so bad, even if I sacrifice a round, I will still score more points. Maybe. But it's a trap. Then I take a Lambo, and all the Lambo drivers still out-qualify me, and I finish P6. I mean, I don't really care that much about... This was round... Actually, yeah, it's more than 2 rounds. This was round 3. I missed round 1 anyway. 5 to go. I don't know. Maybe I'll check what's the next round and then decide. Right, so last lap of Le Mans race, battling for P2 on damp track with slicks. P1 was on wets, miles away. There is 2 drop rounds. Oh yes. I will see. But yeah, this was the last chance. The Lambo would pull away in the Porsche curve, so I could try squeezing around the right side, which wouldn't happen because there was no gap. So I go left. I carry the speed in, but because I'm driving the Corvette and because the track is damp and it's more damp on the outside, I'm just happy that I caught it. Like, I turned in. Yeah, it just happened here, like instant snap. And it was obvious that there is nothing else for me to do than just slam the brake, straighten the car. and let go of P3. Wait, there was fun at the start, right? Oh yeah, suddenly we are racing. LMP2 going somewhere. Ah. Interesting. He found the brake. Or well, the throttle pedal. Did he get the DQ for that? Actually not. A CAD, I don't fully know either. Wait, what was happening there? Flat outing on the pit exit, okay. I mean, I like the Mustang. It's just slow now. Lexus is kind of fun, but there are some things I want to kind of fix. I hope I can fix them with setup. What other cars? Well, Aston is quite nice, but I am yet to drive it like properly. They're all kind of nice. Like, it's never gonna have that RF2 kind of go full crazy, full push into corner and nail it and feel crazy much in the steering wheel. But it's still, to me, the best GT3s all around. What am I trying to do here? Schedule. We have Bahrain next. Right, let me give Bahrain a chance. So the issue with Ford is longer corners and kind of curved acceleration. So at Bahrain, maybe it will have great brakes and it will not struggle that much on power. Maybe. Hi, Tanner. Yeah, I'm thinking what to do here, because I might as well just swap the car for Aston and try that one and not care about the standings. But standings is broken anyway. Where am I even? Well, I'm gonna be far down because it's not removing the... Well, where did I miss it? Ah, I have missed it already. Where am I? Is it broken? Four 491. Okay. Yeah, Ford feels understeery. Like, if you try really hard, you can somehow make it rotate. And it's just about acceptable. Except the pace is not acceptable. Yeah, Dan, I love to stick with the Mustang. Just make it a bit faster so I can battle against these guys, because I kind of want to be side by side with Dennis Lind and co. Actually, one more thing I want to check before I close this down and go for a bit of a snack. I want to go to race and load it and see what happened to Leiden, because he was in the barrier in the last lap. Speak to DJ. Well, Dan, if I speak to DJ, I'm gonna be in trouble. Because I can complain about Peugeot and suddenly I will win 2 rounds and people will say, I sent him a bribe, but just so happened that it was 2 rounds that were on tracks good for the Peugeot and it was in hot conditions. So now I will say BOP the Mustang and then I'm gonna win Bahrain, and well, maybe Bahrain is just better track for the Mustang. I don't know. ABS 6 is such a trap. It really feels better until you're suddenly in the wall. So, please unfreeze. Oh, there was quite a fight ahead. This was second to last lap. David didn't send it into the apex. I'm disappointed. So what happened there? Yemolo versus Leiden. Huh? Is that a different lap? It is. Is something bad gonna happen here? Oh, okay. Ow. Ow. It's... I don't know how to even comment it. Suddenly there was so much rotation that his car was on the grass. If this was iRacing, this would just be the normal racing line, because it's kind of banked a little bit and it's very grippy, but... Well, in LMU, grass doesn't really have much grip, so... And then the overcorrect that so easily happens in this corner. In real life and in LMU as well. If you remember the caddy last year, was it even from the lead or from a good position, just lapping traffic around and outside and just going straight into the wall? Poor man. That looks so sad but so funny at the same time. Lexus diff, yeah, I better learn from that, right? So I don't do it in VC. Setup changes might improve the Ford a lot. I don't know, they might not. Hard to say. I mean, DJ is trying to make the cars drivable for general public. Actually, I was thinking of it, like, it's a bit unfair to have, or not unfair, but a bit unfortunate to have these setups, the fixed setups, forced upon people. Because it should be like, either you chase, maybe it should be like fixed, but you either choose CDA or the stock one. If you are unstable with CDA, just take the stock one, and then you are stable, but a bit slower. But if you take the CDA one, it is still gonna be fixed, and the faster people take the take the CDA to be a bit more rotatey, more balanced, have more fun. Because now we are just trying for our dear life to somehow make the corner without understeering off. The CDA ones are slower, really. Okay, from my experience, it was like that some months ago, before VMS Pro Season 2 started, with the Peugeot at Spa. CDA was 2 seconds off. The fixed one was 1.5 seconds off. Compared to my one. But Toyota was perfect on CDA, so I don't know. Maybe it just depends on the level of updates, or like how quick some cars are being updated. Either way, thank you guys for watching. See you on Thursday. I'm already registered for this one. And it's gonna be quite a race. Already so many people registered. It's gonna be Spa, it's open setup, and I will try to not lose a rating. No rain forecasted, which is nice. Just hope for some hot temps so that the Lexus works. Yeah, indeed, later. See you later. Enjoy the week and good night. Bye bye.